Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to present the topic ransomware attacks and mitigation. Ransomware attacks have become a major threat worldwide. In this presentation, we will explore effective strategies to prevent and mitigate ransomware attacks. By understanding the nature of ransomware and implementing security measures, organizations can safeguard their data and minimize the impact of ransomware attacks. What is ransomware? Ransomware is a malicious software that encrypts files and holds them hostage until a ransom is paid. Ransomware is a type of cryptovirological malware. It spreads through infected websites, harmful downloads, and phishing emails. Once infected, victims face financial loss, data loss, etc. Identification and mitigation are vital to combat this growing threat. History of ransomwares 1980s to the first instance. The late 1980s saw the earliest known case of ransomware. When compared to contemporary ransomware, the early varieties were comparatively archaic. The AIDS Trojan, or the PC cyber, which targeted MS-DOS systems and was delivered through floppy disks, was one of the earliest cases ever documented. On the victim's hard disk, the malware encrypted file names and demanded ransom to unlock them. 1990s, the evolution. Different types of ransomware appeared during the 1990s, frequently employing distinct strategies to demand ransomware payments. A prominent instance from this time frame was the CryptoLocker virus, which surfaced approximately in 1997. Files were locked using asymmetric encryption, and payment for decryption keys was required. Mid 2000s GP code and the rise of encryption. The GP code ransomware made headlines in the early 2000s due to its use of powerful encryption techniques. This signaled a change in the way criminals encrypted their data, moving forward more advanced methods. Variants of GP code kept appearing over time. 2010's CryptoLocker and ransomware as a service. The frequency and sophistication of ransomware attacks have increased in the 2010s. In 2013, the notorious CryptoLocker surfaced, demanding payment in Bitcoin and using robust encryption. Additionally, ransomware as a service model gained traction, making it possible for even less experienced users to initiate ransomware attacks by utilizing pre-made softwares. 2017 WannaCry and NotPetya. There were two significant ransomware outbreaks in 2017. WannaCry used a Microsoft Windows vulnerability to infect hundreds of thousands of machines globally. Not long later, NotPetya emerged, quickly spreading and causing damage. These two attacks demonstrated the widespread effects of ransomware. 2018 to the present. The strategies, targets, and tactics of ransomware attacks have not stopped changing. Cybercriminals was increasingly focused on big businesses, governments, hospitals, and other critical infrastructure. The continuous difficulty in stopping ransomware has been increased by the deployment of increasingly sophisticated encryption methods in conjunction with the anonymity offered by cryptocurrency. Types of ransomware. Encrypting ransomware. It is among the most prevalent and dangerous kinds of ransomware. Once infected, you are able to see and navigate through the folders and files on your device but not open them. The attacker then demands a ransom in order to obtain the decryption key. Examples include WannaCry and CryptoLocker. Locker ransomware. It blocks access to the computer systems entirely. Social engineering techniques and compromised data are used by this ransomware to attack the systems. Threat actors keep users from accessing their computers until the ransom is paid. Examples are MinLocker and FBI Money Pack. Scareware ransomware. Another name for it is fake antivirus software. Scareware is intentionally created to make victims feel shocked, anxious, or threatened. It deceives people into thinking malware is attacking their computer system. The user is tricked into paying for a fake solution while terrifying messages are displayed. Examples are System Defender and Security Shield. Ransom as a service. A business model known as ransom as a service connects individuals and ransomware developers. A ransomware operator is a person who initiates ransomware assaults. The service is rendered by cybercriminals in return for a portion of the ransom money. Examples are Hive and DarkSide. Now let's look at some statistics on ransomware. Around 72% of business globally were impacted by ransomware attacks as of 2023. It was by far the largest reported figure and has increased over the last 5 years. In terms of impact, the WannaCry ransomware release in 2017 was the largest attack. A breach of 250,000 Microsoft Windows user accounts happened because of this attack. The corporation lost more than 4 billion as a result. An insurance company paid 40 million in ransomware in 2021, the largest payment ever made for a ransomware attack. Mitigation. Mitigation is a process of reducing the likelihood that the negative occurrence would cause a loss. To defend against ransomware attacks, mitigation strategies must be used. It lessens the intensity of the attack for both the individual and the organizations. Mitigation strategies. It is essential for organizations to implement effective mitigation strategies to prevent ransomware attacks. In this slide, we discuss critical safety measures include regular data backups, employee training, network segmentation, and the use of cutting-edge security software. Incident response. To manage ransomware attacks and lessen the impact of the assaults, a thorough incident response plan must be created. This plan should include roles and responsibilities, communication protocols, and backup restoration methods. Regular testing and updating the plan ensures the effectiveness of the incidents plan. Data backup and recovery. To minimize the effects of ransomware attack, it is important to regularly perform safe data backups. Implemented automated backups and offsite storage to ensure data integrity. Versioning and testing data recovery process to verify its effectiveness. Network segmentation. Network segmentation can be used to restrict attacks by ransomware from spreading. Segmenting your network into isolated subnetworks using firewalls, LANs, etc. can limit the impact of the ransomware attack. Segmentation make it so that the users only have access to data needed to perform their tasks. User awareness training. Educating users about the risk of ransomware is essential to help employees in identifying and avoiding ransomware threats. Make an investment in cybersecurity education. To lessen the chance of ransomware attacks, educate them on safe browsing practices and phishing techniques used by ransomware attackers. Endpoint security. Endpoint security is important for a business. As business begin to expand and the number of users increase, this creates many endpoints. Each endpoint creates a potential entry point for the hackers to access data, deploy, and deploy endpoint protection solutions that include antivirus, anti-malware, data encryption, etc. These tools can detect and block ransomware before it can execute on the endpoints. Improve password hygiene. One of the main ways that cybercriminals steal data or breach network is through compromised passwords. Using strong password requirements and practicing excellent password hygiene significantly lowers the chance of a breach through this route. For one factor, mandate that all users use unique passwords that combine capital and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Additionally, enable multi-factor authentication, especially when using unprotected devices to access the network. Conduct routine network security assessments. Look for one or more cybersecurity compliance guidelines, then try to follow them. The standards that you need to follow to may already be set forth in the industry's compliance criteria. NIST, HIPAA, HITRUST, FedRAM, CMMC, and PCI DSS are examples of common standards. The frequency at which you should conduct vulnerability scans and penetration tests is specified in each standard. For instance, you might have to conduct a penetration test once a year and a vulnerability scan once every quarter. But the more often you run these tests, the more likely you are to improve your cybersecurity posture. Review available ports, protocols, and services. A weak or insecure service is a simple way for ransomware to enter your network. Implementing audits of the ports, protocols, and services needed to enable corporate operations is the best method to mitigate this. Organizations should then use permit by exception, deny all approach. In conclusion, while ransomware attacks are still on the rise and a serious concern, people and organizations can defend themselves by putting through preventive mitigation measures in place. Organizations and people can successfully prevent ransomware and lessen its effects by taking a proactive multi-layered approach. References. Thank you.